It truly is becoming like a hoarder's paradise. I have a new stack of books here, that's why I can't even lean forward to show. And then I just recently got this order like less than 10 minutes ago from Big W. They're not all books, okay? So this is probably going to be the thumbnail. Let me see. It is currently the 8th of June, Saturday at 2:34 p.m. I slept for most of the day because I am currently sick. I don't know if you can tell. You probably can't. Like, it's not too bad. I have a mild fever which I broke last night, so that's why I feel good enough to even speak, because I was coughing a bit yesterday, but it has calmed down a lot. And to my absolute surprise, usually I'm the first person to get sick in the office once somebody gets it. Like, I'm the second person. The fact that I lasted a month without contracting anything, kudos to my immune system. I guess it has improved when you work with a bunch of people who have young children. Got my order. Like I said, not every single thing is a book, and I'll do a proper haul. I thought I might switch it up a little bit by showing some stuff in this supposed reading vlog, but I don't know how that's gonna happen. So I guess Big W really separated the stuff so it doesn't get spilled, but I bought 2 books. The very first book I got is The Pickup by Hannah Doyle, and it is a fake romance. At least this time around they actually packed it in a box, because last time they packed my books in a plastic sleeve and one of them did get damaged and I had to like go out of my way to return it and buy a new copy. This one is a bit squashed, but it's fine. I'll flatten it out. So I got this one, Fake Dating, and then I got this one, a new recent release, which is Love from Scratch by Amy Hutton. Okay, I did pick up the correct book. I got a pre-order mixed up. I've been buying way too much and I said I'm going to calm down. Like, what is wrong with me? This is like a new stack behind me. I literally have no room. So I really shouldn't. I say this every single time I make one of these videos. Nevertheless, I have an excuse next month. July is my birthday month, so we're just gonna go with it. And for those of you who are interested in what else I bought, I have Palmolive, Byron Bay Rosewood and Jasmine body wash. It was half price and that is why I buy it. I tend to buy cleaning products, hair care and all of that, the cheapest versions or whatever's on sale. That's my go-to with day-to-day necessities, so I can buy excessive amount of books, which is not healthy. But when it comes to medication, skincare, and I suppose food as well, that's like where I concentrate on my spending on. But other day-to-day necessities, I tend to use the most generic brand, or like I said, whatever's on sale. So these were on sale. And then I have the Moroccan Argan Oil and Camellia shampoo. But then again, I actually wash my hair twice. I don't know if it's giving dry hay, because I don't really know what type of hair I have. I just hope for the best. And last but not least, I also got the conditioner, which is the Moroccan Argan Oil Camellia Strengthen and Protect Conditioner. And I am a box dye girly, so I think I'm a hairdresser's nightmare. I have dry skin, dry hair. I think it is dry. If your skin is dry, most likely your hair is dry, right? That's the logic. So anything with the word moisturizer or moisturizing, I tend to aim for that. I'm actually really surprised that there's deliveries going on a weekend on Saturdays. They don't deliver on Sundays, but Saturdays they do. They have like runners. Couriers, please, sometimes do deliver on the weekends, but this is actually an individual delivery company that I think Big W recently hired, so they delivered all of the stuff. These were just backups because I'm about to run out and there was a sale going on. So very mundane, boring life of mine. I bought shampoo, conditioner and body wash and 2 books, you know, to balance it out, to hit the free shipping. So these 2. I obviously have way more. I want to read some paranormal romance on Kindle Unlimited, check out some indie authors, and there's a alien romance author that I really want to pick up her latest pre-order because I want to support her financially. She's going through some hardship with her family life and I don't remember her username on top of my head, but I'll put it in here if I remember. And I also like really want to support her. I think the pre-order is already out, so if it is, and if you like alien romance, go check it out, or paranormal romance. Don't really know the context about it, but I only saw it briefly, so I need to remember to do that. But I for the most part slept the most of today, and I am getting a little bit more delirious because I didn't spend the day talking to anybody. So I woke up, ate breakfast, lied in bed all day, took medication, all of that, and then this pops out of nowhere, and I'm just like, oh, time to do a little unboxing. Another potential I might start reading is this one. I don't know if this is, I don't think this is on Kindle Unlimited, so I don't want to hold a physical book at the moment. I'm going to see if I could possibly find something that I already own on Kindle Limited. I know it kind of defeats the purpose of having the physical books and buying them and then reading it on my Kindle, not wanting to read physical books. I tried reading on my Kobo Color because I was like, why not? Today is the day, right? There's a public holiday on Monday, so this is a long weekend for me, and I also took that Tuesday off, which I'm kind of glad I did because at the state I am, I need that extra day to recover. I initially took that Tuesday off like a month in advance because A, I knew it was a long weekend, and B, I needed to do something on that particular Tuesday. But now that I'm sick, I don't know if that's a good idea to proceed, and I don't know if it's still on, and I don't want to cancel my annual leave because I need a break regardless because I am sick. What is this talk about? Like, I haven't really read anything. I tried reading last night and I only reread the same things over and over again. I'll try to read something new. The reason why I tend to buy physical books because once upon a time a lot of these were actually on Kindle Unlimited, but once it gets traditionally published here in Australia, usually it gets taken out of Kindle Unlimited. But for Anna Huang's books plural, they were originally on Kindle Unlimited, got taken out, and then they've got placed back again. I can read it on my Kindle, and then this is also on the Kindle. I'm kind of getting delirious, so I'm gonna start cleaning all of this up, put this in their respective places, and then I'm just gonna have to lie back down because I'm getting woozy. So I'll check back and let you guys know if I end up reading anything. It's like almost 3 p.m. I'm gonna take another nap. So I'm going to read Across the Line. These are my TBR section. I just realized this book got renamed. That's why I've been seeing doubles. But let's... Okay, these are tomorrow's problems. Tonight I would like to read... Oh, snap. I actually wanted to read something paranormal related. But you know what? I saw this and it was funny because I was looking at my library. In my defense, apparently I borrowed this off my Libby. Like, I reserved it in advance. I didn't think my library had it, so that's from the library. Then I realized my audiobook subscription had it, and I also bought the physical copy. Like, I haven't even read the book yet, but I guess all signs are leading me to reading this. So, slay. Hello everybody, it is currently Monday, 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and I haven't updated this reading vlog for a while, and I thought, having 4 days off, treat myself. That's like so much time to read, so much time to catch up on sleep, so much time to like recover. But ideally, none of that ever happened. But I did. I'm still somewhat sick, but I'm so much better because I've been sleeping past couple of days, just like really resting, just lounging around at home and doing absolutely nothing. But I managed to finish Cross the Line by Samari Sultani. I was kind of surprised that I actually managed to finish a book in this entire time. So it is Monday, so it's been a day and a half. I finished this Sunday morning. I finished around like 2 a.m. in the morning reading this book, and it was quite lengthy. And I managed to grab the audiobook, and it was about 12-ish hours and close to 400 pages. So I didn't know this book was this lengthy. So I read it on my Kobo. I borrowed it from the library. I was actually on the Libby app Overdrive website a while back, and I saw it on pre-order from the library and I reserved it. Had I known that I would have got the reserved, I wouldn't have picked up the physical book, but I could have saved money on picking up this book. This is taking me a couple of tries. So Willa, our main FMC of the story, she used to date one of her brother's best friends or friend group called Jeremy, and Jeremy turned out to be a lying, cheating bastard. That's why her brother, whose name I'm completely blanking out at this point, her brother, Willie's brother, went and beat the absolute out of the so-called friend and kicked him out of the friend group. And ever since then, Willie's brother has been like, super protective and doesn't want Willow to like date any of their friends and they're iffy about it and all of that, understandable, because it really destroyed their friend group. And I'm really here for the brother defending the sister. Dave, DEV, the main male protagonist of the story, he is interested in Willow, but because of the whole incident he is reluctant. They also share like some moments after the whole incident happened where they grew closer, but then they decided to like separate. Dave is a F1 professional driver and they're all linked in this world together. And then Willow just recently graduated from university and she's trying to find a job, but she can't find a job. Dave is in this PR disaster because his previous social media manager framed him because they had a falling out, and she basically told the whole entire world that Dave has an STD and he's trying to recover his image. And Willow so happens to be a, I think, sports marketing major of some sort. Dave hires Willow to kind of fix his image, and that's how their love story begins and all of that. The reason why I was iffy about the story was because of the flow of the story, not because of the characters. They're fine. I don't think there was anything too red flaggy when it came to the conversations. I thought it was funny, hee hee ha ha at times. And there was a lot of representation, a lot of things I liked and enjoyed about it. The plot was fine. It has been used before, but the only issue that I really had was at the 50% mark, the story was basically over because the conflict resolved itself at that point. Well, one of the conflicts. And then the second part where it was about their relationship further on in the book, more stuff happened at the 50% mark and during the epilogue than it was towards the end of the... I don't know. I am not good at describing things like that. It was just the flow of the story where I was like, oh, that's interesting. It did keep me captivated enough to clearly finish the book. I am interested in seeing the potential of Grace, one of her besties, Willow's besties, to have her own book because she is from Hong Kong and she speaks Cantonese and I also speak Cantonese. And this is my top 4 today. It's just like recycled PJs that I wear at home. But look, it says what a beautiful day and the Snoopy's reading a book. But anyway, TLDR. I gave it a 3 out of 5 on Goodreads, but I would safely say it's 3.5 out of 5. If you're looking for angst and drama, you're not really going to get it from here. You're going to get a little bit of it from here. I just realized the peeps that are writing the blurb for this book, I have one of them. I'm currently using it as a tripod. Angles may have changed. I'm very orange. Should I decided to turn on the lights so you know you can see my natural glow. The reason why I didn't turn on any lights is because my skin is going through it and I don't really want to show my face at the moment. Oh my god, I just accidentally folded my book. I feel like I'm not sick, but the moment I start talking I realize, oh, I am still sick. So cross the line. So there's a little blur. I try to write notes to stop myself from rambling. Fast, Furious and Unforgettable is by this author's blur of the book. I'm thinking whether or not if I should just like read this next because I tried so freaking hard to read The Devil in Blue Jeans by Stacey Kennedy after I finished the book like yesterday. Like in my head I'm like, oh, how often do you have 4 days off in the middle of the year? Take this opportunity and read and game and do everything, right? I just ended up like sleeping most of the time because I am tired and trying to recover. I saw this book called Hot and Badgered by Shelley Lawrenson at my local library, and I also have access to an audiobook from my audiobook subscription, and I'm just like, oh, this is perfect. Like this is a paranormal romance I'm trying to get into because I'm kind of sick of contemporary at the moment and I want to like switch it up. But then the audiobook was like super long and I couldn't get into it and I was about 7%, then I DNF. I looked at the King of Sins series that I've been trying to read for the past couple of months and I was just not into all of that. And then I thought to myself, well, F it. Maybe I should like go to my library alone and finish it. Honey, Don't Do List by Christina Lauren. Like I'm trying to finish my TBR, but I just couldn't get into it. I also really want to read this, Nights of Fury by Chantel Fernandez. And then I realized it's actually like 2 books in one kind of situation. And then that's like a lengthy kind of book. And I'm thinking to myself, am I going towards a reading slump? Because I don't want to read anything that's on my shelf. And I'm looking at my library, I'm looking at Libby, I'm looking at Overdrive, everything. And I'm just like, I don't want to read anything. And I don't want to play any more video games. I feel like it's such a waste. I'm always at a state of I need to be productive because I'm not doing anything. And I'm like, I've only read 1 book for the past 3 days I've only read one book, and usually I can squeeze in like a book a day, and that is such a little bit of a toxic mentality that I always have to be productive since I have a day off. And how often do I have such a long period of time off from work? And I'm just like looking around trying to find something to read that I want to read. I'm also thinking about this one as well, but unfortunately I don't want to read anything I have on hand at the moment. And do you know what, which is the saddest part? I do have Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood, an arc that's coming out tomorrow. I thought by now I would have read it, but I don't feel like reading anything contemporary. Watch me read something contemporary the moment I'm like done with this year, and I'm gonna be annoyed with myself. But it's like almost 3 p.m. in the afternoon on Monday, public holiday. That's why I have a day off. I'm drinking a can of coffee. Totally need to be wide when I'm sick, right? But I just like the taste of caffeine, so that's the reason why. I don't know if this is interesting. Let me know. I'm just going to look around my room and hopefully find something to do, because I can't just chill there and do absolutely nothing. Like, my chill activity is reading or gaming, or sometimes both if I'm listening to an audiobook. I've been re-listening all the all paranormal books, but I'm trying to get through my backlog because I feel so guilty buying so many new books and I'm not going through them, and I feel so guilty going to the library borrowing books if I'm not going to read them. But luckily I managed to finish one book, or else I will spiral out of control. I don't know if you guys are the same as me, always like on the go, always having to do something, can't just chill, can't just relax even on a day off. I feel like I have to do something, which is not good. That's probably why I got sick in the first place. The fact that I held on for so long, it took me a month to finally get sick, is a miracle in itself, because the whole office is sick and usually I'm the second person to be sick. I think I mentioned it in my previous clips. Finally updated after like 2 days. Peace. Hello, welcome back to this mess of a vlog. So it is currently Tuesday the 11th of June and it is currently 1 p.m. and I decided to take a little bit of a break because I've actually been reading for the past couple of hours, and I read until like 2:30 a.m. in the morning yesterday. And the only book that I managed to pick up, my physical book on my TBR list, I realized this one is actually not on my TBR list. It was on my last month's TBR list and I took it out for whatever reason. So I do have Nights of Fury by Chantel Fernando. It is a MC romance, motorcycle club romance, and I did not know that this book came with 2 stories. So the very first part is Saint and the second part is Renegade. I did not read the second part of the story, well, the second story. So I think it's actually not considered a novella because it is quite lengthy and chunky. I almost put myself into a reading slump reading the first story, which is Saint, and the romance between the characters. If I read this book a couple of years ago when I was still pretty green to this subject matter, I think I would rate it a 1 star, but I think my tolerance has gone up and I rated it a 2 star. It's a recycled plot, which is not uncommon for these types of romance. I just did not vibe well with the characters. Slight interruption, camera angles may have changed. My parents just came over and dropped by some food, which I'm appreciating. I was supposed to go out with them today because I specifically took a day off today so I can go do stuff. Unfortunately, I still have a cold. It's not that bad, but nevertheless, TLDR, I am getting better. Okay, after I finished reading the first story of this trilogy, I decided that I needed a break, so I went and read Not Your Ex's Hexes by April Asher. I do have the first book in its physical format, and I did read it like sometime last year, so my brain was like, what is going on? But I caught up to it and I remember certain characters. The first book I did enjoy, which is part of the Supernatural single series, and the first book is Not the Witch You Wed. I was drawn by the cover and I wanted rom-com-y because I was reading something so like serious. I wanted something light and fluffy and funny, so that's what I did. And I wanted something paranormal because I'm so sick of contemporary romance at this point. I just wanted something different, but it's like supernatural, but it's still very contemporary based and very rom-com-y, so nevertheless. So I started reading Not Your Ex's Hexes. I got it as an e-audio book arc from NetGalley like last year, and I feel really guilty because it is like one of the older requests and the 3rd book is already out in the series, and I do plan on reading it. I, for the most part, did enjoy Not Your Ex's Hexes. It's a romance between 2 characters, a half demon called Damien and Rose, which is the eldest daughter of the triplets. So the series follows the 3 sisters who are triplets, who are witches, and it's fun. It's cute. Sometimes the relationships is a bit iffy with me because of the dialogues and exchanges. I understand there's like character development throughout the book. A lot of funny family dynamics, drama, banter between the characters, which I enjoy. Suggested if you're looking for a rom-com that touches on the topic of supernatural beings like witches. Something serious does happen. There's a third arc breakup in this book, which I was like, not my fave, but it did cause a little bit of drama. I kind of wish Rose as a character, which is the older sister of the triplets, would be a little bit more headstrong. But I also enjoy at times her vulnerabilities as a character that makes it more relatable despite her being a supernatural being. But it was fun. It was cute. The romance was fine. It's not my most favorite thing, but it was a nice casual read, a nice break from something serious. But the first book, I kind of thought it was okay. I do enjoy the second book a lot better. It's no longer an arc. It's already out if you want to read the book, but there's that. And I will be once again reading the third book of the series, which is Not Your Crush's Cauldron, because that is my favorite sister out of all of them. There's Violet, which is the first book, second book is Rose, and the third one is Olive. So they're all like centered around flower, fruit, I don't know. And last but not least, today, my phone is messaging me. Last but not least, I am currently also on to e-audio arc, which is The Next Worst Thing, which is the first book of the series that I'm trying to finish by Sarah Jane Woodley. So the arc is actually not that. I'm trying to read the first book so I can get onto the second book, which is The Right Wrong Match. Yeah, I'm actually going through all my TBR list and I'm going through my arcs because I've been holding on to it for a very, very long time. But before that, I forgot to mention, after I finished Not Your Ex's Hexes yesterday, I don't know what I was on. I was reading all through my arcs. I started reading The Match by Sarah Adams. Full disclosure, I requested an e-audio arc. I had originally read The Match by Sarah Adams on Kindle Unlimited a couple of years ago when it was first released, and that was like early days when I started reading again, and I really enjoyed the book because my reading taste has changed and evolved throughout the years. I originally rated it at 5-star when I read it on Kindle Unlimited. I thought it was like cute and funny, but I started noticing things when I was listening to the audiobook because the first time around I did miss some stuff, and then the second time around I'm like, oh, there's some red flags. Okay, it's a relationship between Evie, who suffers from epilepsy, and she is a worker for a seeing eye dog organization, and our male protagonist of the story is Josh, who owns an architecture firm, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is. I did read it like late at night. Anyway, I think that is correct. I tend to forget the characters' names. But anyway, the relationship in itself, like, it was fine. There was some red flags because Josh as a character is pretty impulsive. He's not a perfect relationship. Did enjoy about Josh's character in this book is I liked his willingness to do everything for his daughter. Like, it's a single parent trope because his daughter is suffering from the same condition as Evie, our main FMC of the story. And at first I really did enjoy it a couple of years ago when I first read the story, but now certain parts of the story made me iffy. But the audiobook in itself is fine. I think it was cute and funny. Sometimes there was some lines where I raised an eyebrow. Nevertheless, I did enjoy the book for what it is, but my new rating for the book is probably like a 3.5 out of 5 instead of a 5 out of 5. I guess I'm more picky, more selective these days, but nevertheless, I still enjoyed the book. I was in my 20s when I first read the books. Now I'm in my 30s, so perspective has kind of changed as I grow. And as a reader, my taste also changes. I've rambled long enough. This vlog, I have not left the house in the past couple of days because I left work early on Friday afternoon because I was sick. So this is my lunch. I just wanted to show. They dropped out at a sushi place and bought me sashimi, and also scallops with crab meat. Not sure if I should be eating raw stuff when I'm sick. I love this sushi place. But anyway, if you enjoy whatever this is, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you have anything you'd like to say to me. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Did I say that? I pretty much said that. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content from me. Hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!